Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Demon Slayer. Last time on Demon Slayer we had Thank You, Tokito. Tokito, we got a little backstory on him. Kind of, as much as he can remember, honestly. Because he lost his memories at some point, and now he works to retrieve those lost memories. But he did save the kid. Another week goes by, another episode where I don't remember his name. Save the kid from the fish thing. Now there's more fish things. I almost said Deku. Tanjiro. Tanjiro is fighting some of the split upper four demon guys. And so is Nezuko. So is Genya. They're slightly getting their asses kicked, but meh. You know how it is. And then at the end, Mitsuri is on her way because she was stationed close to the Swordsmith Village. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. Sorry that I had a couple pieces of candy corn just before I started recording, and good to know. That's a terrible idea because now my mouth is all like, I don't know. Happy Halloween. Is this Halloween? When is this going up? Well, if this goes up to 29th, it's not Halloween anymore, it's November. Well, I'm recording this still about a week before Halloween, so that's why. Anywho, that's pretty much it. Like always, the reaction is down in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. So let's go ahead and jump right into this episode of Demon Slayer. Here we go. You know, I want to believe that Mitsuri's sword is like a slap bracelet. You guys, do they still make those? I don't think they still make those. But you know, you have them, they're perfectly straight, and then you wham, and then they just wrap around. I want to believe like it's the same principles as that. It's the same kind of principles as a slap bracelet. I don't know. Every time I quote that, it gets less and less like Jotaro, you know? Anywho, that was a lot. Like, thinking back on it, I was like, well, we went through a lot, didn't we? Alright, let's talk about Tanjiro first. Because that's an interesting thing. Because this is something that they started to hint at in the Entertainment District arc. And now I definitely want to talk about it. I like this idea that Tanjiro doesn't seem, and the show could prove me wrong later, but at this point, Tanjiro does not seem like any sort of, like, chosen one, you know? Like, I don't think it's anything like that. Also, you guys did point out that there is a whole thing of, you know, there are differences between the rank 1 demon, the swordsman from years ago, as well as Tanjiro's father, which we kind of already knew the Tanjiro's father, but that was, I don't know, we still don't know anything about the rank 1 demon or the swordsman, so we still have mystery there. They could be related still somehow, I don't know. Or that's just a hairstyle that people like to adopt, we don't know. Anyway, but yeah, so I like this idea that Tanjiro is not a chosen one, you know? But I like that he kind of makes himself, even though he wouldn't say that he's making himself the chosen one, but he's kind of making himself like that, you know? You could almost argue that's a bit Star Wars-y, you know? Like, you know, you have Anakin Skywalker as the chosen one, but technically it's Luke who saves the day, you know? He's the one that even, I don't know, because that can get really complicated of like who is the true chosen one in Star Wars and stuff, but I like this idea that Tanjiro is not really the chosen one, but he will live up to that at least, you know? So, you know, they say it's like, well, sun breathers they are born with that particular mark on their head. But Tanjiro says, I wasn't born with this mark, He just had a normal, forehead. He got a burn mark when he was a kid, and that changed into the scar during final selection, But I like this idea that it's not that he was born the chosen one who will save us from Muzan Kibutsuji, but he will live up to that, Even though there's not really a myth of that, So, I guess maybe that's even a little Harry Potter, where that actually might be more Harry Potter than Star Wars, because I think that granted, okay, my Harry Potter knowledge is very limited. I watched all the movies like 10 years ago, and I cannot remember them, I can't really remember them, but I'm pretty sure that was one of the things, was that, like, Harry wasn't actually a chosen one. He just happened to, everyone kind of propped him up as a chosen one just because he survived Voldemort's attack, And I don't know, and I know there's a whole thing about, like, Horcruxes and crap, so don't quote me on any of that, and honestly, I have no interest in reading or watching Harry Potter again, so anyway, so don't quote me on any of that, but with Tanjiro, again, it's like he doesn't seem to be, and it's the same thing of, like, this samurai from 300 years ago, he had a black blade, which they point out, if you have a black blade, it generally means that you don't know, you have a hard time picking a breathing technique, And that is true of Tanjiro. He was trained in water breathing, but he is also now using Hinokami Kagura, But the samurai who had a black blade, it turned red when he was in the heat of battle. And from what it seems, that it just did, Like, if anything, you may even argue that samurai was supposed to be the chosen one, He should have defeated Muzan Kibutsuji, but he didn't, And they even say, like, they have seen Muzan's memories too, that, this is the samurai, that was the samurai who backed him into a corner, who nearly killed him, So I like this idea, like, he was more of the chosen one, but somehow he failed, and now it's up to Tanjiro, but Tanjiro is basically achieving the same results, but getting there on a very different path, Like, the mark of a sun breather appears to him, Or the reason that his blade turned red was because of Nezuko. And maybe that's, maybe you could say, well, all these years later, the role of the chosen one is now split, maybe, between Tanjiro and Nezuko, Which is why Nezuko, while being a demon, has eluded the control, basically, of Muzan, So, I don't know, but at the same time, though, that's a little different, because while, yes, Nezuko is different as a demon, she is not, like, unsusceptible to demonic urges, She has had moments where she is tempted by human blood, She tried to eat Tanjiro in episode 1. There's the moment in the entertainment district. There's the moment in front of all the Hashira when she was tempted, salivating, and she turns away, So it's still not even that, Nezuko is also sort of a chosen one. It's like, no, she is different from other demons, but still, everything is entirely her, basically. Now, how she came up with the idea to put her flaming blood on his sword, I have no idea. That's just some crap she thought of, and hey, good on her. She's smart, She's a smart cookie, that Nezuko. But yeah, but I like this idea that it's like I feel like it is sort of leaning into this whole, like, almost chosen one sort of deal with Tanjiro, and I guess with Nezuko too, But at the same time, it's not that. Like, it's not that, well, they are the chosen one. You know, Tanjiro is the chosen one, so he will win and you don't have to worry about it. It's that he is sort of living up to that. And he's still all, you know, self-made or, you know, taught by someone else. Like, it doesn't negate any of the... It doesn't negate any of the work he does in this, you know? So all that is really, really cool, you know? All of that is really, really interesting. And it goes with when he was talking to Rengoku's brother, when he thought to himself, you know, he was looking for, you know, a shortcut, basically, and that it just doesn't work like that. The only thing he can do now is train himself in Hinokami Kagura, and he has. So, so yeah, good stuff. Very, very good, interesting stuff with him. I really enjoy that, you know? He's all self-made. He doesn't just pull shit out of nowhere. He doesn't just get this crazy power-up out of nowhere. Everything he does is earned. Unlike certain other anime. I'm not even sure if that claim is perfect, but Deku. That's all I'm gonna say. Anywho. Other stuff this episode. Genya might be possessed. What the fuck's going on there? Well, I guess we'll have to find out. I did like the idea, though, that you just look over and it's like, no, yeah, he took care of it. And it's like, I wish it could have just been that. It's like, well, we took care of that. Let's move on. But, nope. Mitsuri, that was a good scene. I like that, you know, this guy is just completely, you know, he's injured, probably got a couple broken ribs. But he's like, yeah, but he landed on her boobs, and they're so, like, you know, soft and bouncy. He was fine, you know? And I love that... I love the other guy being like, oh, I might have injured myself. I think you need to hold my hand. And she's like, oh, no, I'll come right over there and help you, you know? And, I mean, Mitsuri's just so innocent, you know? She's so innocent that, you know, she would just go and help. You know, she would just go and... I feel like if someone asked to, you know, put their head on her lap, she would be totally happy with that. So, anyway, her sword's awesome, by the way. I guess we did kind of mention it, you know, I feel like it's the slap bracelet, you know, physics. I hope slap bracelets are still a thing, because otherwise I'm going to sound old. I don't know. But I want to believe it's kind of like that. But it's an interesting idea for a sword. And I like that it's not just completely just a fluid whip. You know, I like that it is kind of weird. Like, when she's just holding it there, it is just kind of, like, weird and curved and segmented. But she does manage to get it all completely sheathed. So yeah, that was interesting. And then Tokito dealing with... I freaking hate Upper 5. I just hate him. Him and his art. It's garbage. Absolute garbage. But Tokito did start to get some of his memories back, which is interesting. So hopefully we can get a bit more of that. I mean, we got a long way to go, you know? Like, that's the thing when I was like, oh yeah, you know, that might be the end of Upper 4. And it's like, well, that can't be the end of Upper 4. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 episodes left in the season, so it's gonna be a little bit. We'll have to see. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna. I don't know. Are we going to get another, like, you know, a new challenger approaches? Because the last 2 arcs have had that. You know, Mugen Train had Akaza showing up. The Entertainment District had Gyotaro showing up. You know. I don't know. But yeah, good stuff, and I'm excited to see where we are going next time. But that is basically it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Demon Slayer reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.